So today I have a stalker video for you, and it's really highly requested. If you guys want more story time videos, give it a giant thumbs up. I'd love to do them. Like, they're super fun, especially like ranting about my life. I do that on the regular anyways. Might as well just turn the camera on. Right? So basically, taking you back to the day of IMATs back in like 2000. I don't even know what year I am in right now. So basically I was 17 because I just started driving. So right now I'm 20, so 3 years ago. That's like 2012, I think. Basically I went to IMATs New York City, and if you know what that is International Makeup Artist Trade Show. So I went to that and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. And it was so much fun. Like, I had a great time. I came back from New York to New Jersey, took the bus back, dropped my friend off. Like, it was a really good day. Like, it was a nice day. It was like sunny. I was wearing shorts and this like nice tank top. My hair was like nice and straight. My makeup was did. Like, I get home and nobody's home. So I'm like, ew. And I looked in the fridge, and as always, I don't know if like I'm the only one, but there's like nothing that is like appetizing. So I was like, I can drive Panera. I love Panera, in case you didn't know that. I always get the same exact thing at Panera. Oh, before I got to Panera, I almost ran out of gas. Like, I was driving to Panera, realized I was out of gas, literally, like, it was like beep, beep, beep. So I turned around, got like money from my house, because I totally forgot to bring, like, you know, money. So I went to go get gas, and almost, like, my car almost, like, just died on me completely. So I was already, like, traumatized enough. I don't know why 2 terrible things had to happen in one day. But I get to Panera, and as always, I walk straight up to the cashier, like, no big deal. I'm like, hey, can I have Frentega chicken and Caesar salad, half and half? Like, love it. Let me just tell you a little side note. I never, ever let my food go to waste from Panera Bread. Like, I will always finish my Frentega chicken panini, and I will always finish my Caesar salad. No matter what. I want to finish my food. Okay? Okay. So, keep that in mind. Basically, I ordered my food and I was like, yay, food, woo! If you walk in, you have like the front door, right? And you have a seating area on one side and a seating area on the other side. So, the seating area that I'm gonna be sitting at and the seating area of the creep. So I'm walking straight, got my food, and towards the back there's more like, there's like a wall that blocks it, so where I was going to be sitting, I would not have been able to see that seating, and I would have not been able to see those booths. But I was just there ordering my food, so I looked over there and I realized there's nobody there, maybe I should sit there. But I was like, you know what, no, I feel like sitting in the front of the Panera. So I walked and continued walking and sat in my seat. And the seat I chose was like a bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have like the cushioned bench and then there's like a table, and on the other side of that table there's like a chair, and there's like a lot of them, you know, piled up. So that's where I decided to sit. Left side of me there's 5 empty tables. On the right side of me there's 3 empty tables, and then like a nice little family sitting in the 4th table. You know, sometimes when you look up, you just like look around, but you're not making eye contact with anybody. Like, I was just looking up. When I looked up, he also looked up, and so I guess, I don't know what struck him to like come over to me. But he basically, he had a book, and he looked like he was in his like late 40s, like maybe early 50s, and he was wearing a giant like gray sweatshirt with one hand in his pocket. He gets up and starts walking towards me, and at that moment my heart was racing. Okay, Alina, relax. Like, this is just like a dude. I'm not somebody who ever like makes a situation too extreme. Like, I never think anyone's trying to kill me. Like, I bet you someone would throw me in a van. I'd be like, they're just trying to take me to like a party. Like, I'm okay. Basically, I start kind of panicking, and he walks like towards me, and he walks right past me. So at that point, like, I was like, thank God. Like, I kept like watching him through my peripheral vision. He walks up to the wall where like the booths and the other seating was, and he like looks over there, and he like stands there like as if he was like looking for more seating. Sir, I was there like 5 freaking minutes ago getting my food. I saw that all of those seats were empty. This is not a game you're playing with me. Like, I know my surroundings. I saw it was empty. Like, what are you trying to trick me with? Like, he starts walking past the 5 empty tables to my left and sits in the table right to the right of me, directly across. And you guys know when you're sitting on those bench seats, like, the tables are relatively close together, and it's like, why? Maybe like he really loves that seat. Like, maybe like that is his favorite seat. Like, I'm sorry that I took your favorite seat, whatever. He's sitting across from me. The main problem for me is when he like turned his body and is just watching me. So after like a minute, I basically was like, this dude is so creepy. I feel uncomfortable. He looked up at me like 13 times while like I was just sitting there like, oh my god, like why is this dude looking at me? So I pick up my phone and I call my mom. That was like the first thing that hit my head. Like I started speaking to her directly in Russian. I'm like, Mom, there's a creepy dude. Like, can you like just stay on the phone with me? She's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? The first thing that came to mind is I want to get out of this situation. So I took my bag, I put it on my like arm, and I took like my like tray of food, which was unfinished. So really the enemy is here, the fact that he did not let me finish my freaking Caesar salad. Like that Caesar salad was delicious, and that deliciousness had to go into the trash can because I couldn't take his stares directly at me. Like that Caesar salad never had a chance. I started walking to the trash can. As I'm getting up, I see his foot was stretched out all the way under the table in between my legs. Like he was sitting there facing me and his leg was stretched out in between my legs. And as soon as I'm getting up, he moves it back. And I was just like, you know, like at that point I was like, fudge. This is the real deal. This is not just like me overreacting. This dude's creepy. Go to the trash can and I throw it out, and meantime like my mom is on the phone with me, but I'm speaking only Russian. I'm just like like my mom's asking me questions or whatever. So I'm like taking my stuff, like I cleaned it out, put it in the trash, and I decided not to walk past him. I decided to walk past like a different area. So I walked around the area where there was like coffee and like tea, so he couldn't really see me as I was walking out. He was also facing like backwards, so like he was facing the wall when he was sitting, because he was obviously like, you know, sitting directly across from me. So I don't know if he was watching me at that point. My only thought was like, I want to get out of here. And I felt a little bit more at ease. I was like really focused because my mom was on the phone with me. And I walked out the front door, which was the biggest mistake I made. Like, wow. I walk out and I like kind of run through the parking lot, but I'm like making weird paths because I was like, if he's watching me, I don't want him to easily be able to figure out where my car is, because it was relatively in the front, like you could kind of see it. But I made like a weird path, walked around like left, right, up, down. I probably crawled under a car at some point. But I get inside my car, I lock the doors, and I decide I can't turn it on. I have to like stay here so he doesn't know what car I'm in and just kind of like sit down all the way, which was another mistake I made. I like sat down all the way like down, so like you could only see like this much of me in my car. I was like, where, like what? Still watching the Panera Bread because I want to see if I was overreacting or if this was like a serious thing. I see him, because like the front of the Panera is glass. I see him get up from the seat, walk back to where he was sitting, look around, get up, walk out the front door, and that's when I knew that he was looking for me, because he was like looking left and right. He was like kind of going around like looking the parking lot, and then he like made a turn and like kept walking and like looking through the parking lot. But luckily he went the other way from where my car was, and at that point I bolted. I was probably going 80 miles an hour through that parking lot. Thank God I did not hit like a poor pedestrian, but I was like, I'm out of here, bye. And as soon as I left that plaza, I was sobbing. I could not, like the thing is, I'm not somebody who like overreacts and thinks people are trying to kill me. That is not my personality. I try to think the best of everybody. And so for me, like even my dad was like, you were overreacting. He obviously didn't want to like hurt you. But I probably wouldn't have thought that he was trying to hurt me either, except for the fact that his hand was constantly in his pocket, so I have no idea what he had in there. Number two, he was looking up at me a lot while he was reading his little book. His foot was in between my legs, and he walked out when I walked out looking for me. That creeped me out. I know there's like so many like more like terrible situations. It's just like the whole thought like of the fact that there's empty seating everywhere and you had to sit right next to me directly, like, and like those tables are unnecessarily close. So Panera Bread, if you're watching, please spread some space, give me some space. I think that my biggest mistake was actually walking out the front door, because in a public place he can't necessarily do anything to me because there's obviously people around, but as soon as I walked out of those front doors, I made myself vulnerable. And I don't know what he wanted from me. That's the scary part. Like, I don't know if he wanted to kidnap me. I don't know if he wanted to rape me. I don't know if he wanted to just talk to me. I'm pretty sure he didn't. It's just creepy, and it makes me uncomfortable that there are people like that who are just sitting in a Panera Bread and like kind of like a vulture just waiting for prey to come by. Like, it's just disgusting. So if you guys ever had like a weird like stalker creeper situation, like maybe you go like jogging and you have like a creepy person who followed you, like I would love to know. Write it in the comments below. I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and go check out my vlog channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Take a sip on my secret potion.